Hi everybody. Hope everybody had a great weekend and enjoyed Patriots Day today. If you guys had off, that's exciting. Or if you went to work, hope your first day of the work week was off to a great start. It was a really great Monday over here, a beautiful day in New England, and I'm just really looking forward to the nice weather. The weather finally breaking up and warming up out here. It's awesome. So anyway, I'm really excited about this week's topic. We are going to be talking about one of my favorite ways to communicate, which is social media. I don't know about you guys, but I am just so incredibly busy, and I feel sometimes that my schedule is so overwhelming that it's so difficult to find the time to do the kind of prospecting that I really want to do, to go out and meet the prospects that I really know I need to be meeting. And what I've really found over the last really 2 years is that social media is an incredible way to be able to do those things and to still one-to-one market effectively, in less time. So what I want to do tonight is I want to share with you some of the strategies that we've been implementing in our business over the past 2 years, which has been just incredible. I mean, I'm telling you, simple, easy, duplicatable stuff, to not only work with your existing market, but also to expand your network. And that gets really important, especially if you're doing something like, this contest or a fast track or something where you're really working your warm market to death and you're looking for new prospects. Your options to meet new business owners, there's a ton of great options. We've been going over them for weeks, trying new restaurants or working in familiar industries, and working with organizations that you belong to, and just things like that. There's lots of great techniques that you can do. But what I love about social media is that you can implement these techniques in 5-minute parts of your day, rather than just scrolling through your news feed, just kind of brainlessly to kill time at your dentist's office, or to take a break from what you're doing. Why not do it with an open mind, and search for some really great opportunities so that you can actually monetize your time spent on social media, rather than just waste time or procrastinate like most people do. So I'm real excited about tonight, and I think that I don't know if I've ever met somebody that says, I just have so much time in the world on my hands. So I think this is going to be really helpful for a lot of people, especially if you find that you're extremely busy and you're looking for ways to still meet lots of new prospects. Before we actually go into this, I do want to just say one thing. We will talk about specific strategies and the best use of your personal page and some best practices for implementing these ideas. But before we even talk about anything, I do want to say that social media is not a replacement for one-to-one marketing. What it is an enhancement of one-to-one marketing. So, I think a lot of times we very innocently mix up our intentions here a little bit. We intend to be more efficient. We always say we want to work smarter, not harder. And so we take that theory and we apply it to social media, and then we end up using social media in the wrong way. Like, we think if we just mass message somebody that, or a bunch of people, that we're going to see massive results, but it's just not true. So I do want to encourage everybody to take these strategies and really remember that you're using this to enhance your one-to-one marketing skills, not to mass market. That doesn't work in our industry. It hasn't worked yet, and I haven't met anybody where it's worked for. So I really just wanted to make sure that we talked about that first. All right, couple of quick reminders. We are recording the webinars. If they are successful, the recording, along with the PDF copy of the presentation, is made available at weBVolumecontest.com on the webinars and support page. By the way, just so you guys know, the Chinese and Spanish PDFs that are translated, are also made available. So that's a nice little resource if you have anybody in your group that prefers to read these slides in their respective language. The question and answer sessions are not recorded, and recordings are not guaranteed. So the only way to be guaranteed the information, and the only way to be guaranteed the question and answer session, is to show up for the live recording. Please remember, there are still just a few people that are reporting words instead of numbers. Please remember to just report numbers on Friday nights by midnight. And I want to say, you guys, it was really exciting for me, because I was expecting to wake up this Monday morning going through the numbers to see a huge decline in reporting because, it's just human nature on short weeks or holiday weeks or whatever. People tend to forget to do what they need to do, or they just put it off and they just, take a week off. And, we had done an entire webinar on how to leverage the holidays to enhance your business rather than as an excuse to not do business. And it just, from the results that were reported, it looks like a lot of you guys really took that advice and built your business anyway, and did really, really great things last week. So that was really exciting. Facebook, keep up the great work. It's just so nice to see all of the people interacting and all of the questions being answered, and so keep up with that. And again, if you guys have any personal questions, or if you need any, one-on-one assistance with something, a specific situation, you can always email me as well. My email is sarahrose@marketamerica.com. It's SARAHROSE@marketamerica.com. All right, so take a quick look at the results from last week, in week 7. Like I said, you guys, we had a few people not report last week compared to other weeks, but it was so insignificant, the decline. It was just really great. Still, 1,400 contacts were made last week, and lots of appointments being set across the board to show plans, to do a website appointment, show the web center owner opportunity. There were 157 plans shown last week. It was a short week for most people. It's incredible. 10 websites were sold at $15,900, generating $10,415 in retail profit, about 10 grand in other products, 8 personally sponsored, 32 tickets to international convention, 18 web center trainings were attended. Guys, that brings our total website sales up to 106 in just 7 weeks. That is really good stuff. $141,000 sale price and $93,995 in retail profit, almost 200 grand in product sales. That's going to pop over next week. 94 personally sponsored distributors, 840 tickets were sold to international convention, and over 200 web center trainings were attended. Guys, really great job with the results and with continuing to prospect. I love that every single week all of this looks balanced. We talk about this every week, but as we approach the latter half of this contest period, just remember to continue to prospect while you're doing your follow-ups and while you're closing your deals and closing your new business partners and getting people to convention. Just make sure you're still working on the stuff up here. I know it's not as exciting for your numbers, but if you neglect the activity up here, then this activity here will see a result of whatever you did or didn't do up here in weeks to come. So make sure that you're setting yourself up for success. All right, so we're going to go through social media strategies. Like I said, I'm so excited about this because I'm telling you, if you're like me or like anybody else in the world, you're probably really busy. And if you can implement these social media strategies properly, you can really, really grow a solid business. I mean, our business brought on over 80 new business partners last year. And Ryan and I were looking through the numbers, and with all of our leaders in our group, and we have to say that literally almost every single person that came into our group last year came into our group because we either met them on social media, or they were people that we were too nervous to pick up the phone and call because we maybe had lost touch or something, and social media was that perfect soft approach to like reconnect. So a lot of work was done to build rapport back up with people that we had lost touch with. And it was just incredibly successful. And this works not just for expanding distribution, but it also works for selling websites and selling product. Because again, it's just, all it is 24/7 conversational marketing, right? It's a coffee shop 24/7 where people can interact and you have an opportunity to communicate and to identify needs and to help people. It's really that simple. So, but just keep this in mind, guys, that for as powerful as this can be for your business, if you're doing it the wrong way, it can be the complete polar opposite of good for your business. If you're not branding yourself correctly, or if you're not, if you're not communicating clearly or well, or in the way that you want to communicate on social media, it can have the opposite effect that you're really looking for. So it really is imperative that you understand what's acceptable, what's not acceptable, and what are the best ways to communicate online. So we're going to talk about personal branding, best practices We're going to talk about how to share information, where you can find information to share, and what kinds of things should you be sharing. We're going to talk about using these strategies with your warm market, and then we're going to talk about this is what we call a secret play. Expanding your network with social media, meeting new people and identifying people that are like hot leads that you can warm up. So, personal branding. This is a huge pet peeve of mine. You have to understand that your personal Facebook page, your personal Twitter page, your Instagram page, your LinkedIn profile, this is your brand, right? This profile needs to represent who you are, like 100% of who you are. And you need to remember that you are not MA Web Centers. You are not a business. You are not a product. And your profile needs to reflect that. Your profile needs to reflect you. What are you good at, right? What are the things that you love to do? Where do you work? Are you a family person? Do you have friends? Are you in business? All of those things are relevant pieces of who you are. And when I go to, especially, it's usually with people that are really excited. And guys, listen, the intentions are great. Nobody does this because they have bad intentions. But if you go to a person's profile and all it's about is business, 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 buy this, buy that, go to this event, go to that event, all you do is sell. All that does is alienate the people in your life that you could be prospecting. It's the complete adverse effect, and it doesn't communicate well at all. It looks completely weird, actually. Like the people that know you go to your page, and if all they see is selling and products and business and web centers and blah blah blah, they start to think, A, that you've either lost it, B, that you're in a cult, or C, that you don't even know who you are anymore. Like, it's really crazy. So you need to understand that your profile is about you, and everybody is good at something. Everybody has a hobby. Everybody has something that they enjoy to do, and everybody has multiple pieces of themselves that make them their wonderful selves. So, like, you have to remember that, and you want to make sure that your profile is communicating that. Another really great thing is like, if somebody asks you, have you ever been asked, like, what do you do, or who, describe yourself? A lot of times people will default to their profession. Well, I'm a doctor. Well, I'm a dancer. Well, I'm a this. Well, I'm a that. Okay, that's part of who you are. But that's not all of who you are. So I want you to think of your personal brand as all of who you are. This is your personal page. So this was mine. Actually, I've updated these two pictures recently, but you could see it's like a professional picture. It's not like a I didn't sit down at JCPenney and have somebody photograph me, but it's a picture that is acceptable. I'm wearing like a nice dress and my hair's done. I've got my makeup done or whatever, and it's just me. I don't have a picture of my kids there, or instead of that, I don't have my favorite cartoon character, and I don't have a picture of me like whatever. I have a picture of me that I consider professional enough as a representation of who I am. And it's really important, you guys, that you have a picture of yourself that is representing who you want to be represented as. Do you want to be looked at as a professional, or do you want to be looked at as somebody that doesn't take care of themselves? Another big tip, when people put pictures of themselves in groups, like I have a couple of friends where their profile picture is actually a picture of like 5 girls. It's myself and her and like a couple of other of our girlfriends, and it's like, so as a professional, as a businesswoman, if I had done that, when I'm posting on people's page, they don't know which one is me necessarily, right? When we're talking about expanding our network, so it's important that you have a picture of just yourself. And that it is of you, not your dog, not your children, not your friends whose birthday it is, but just a picture of yourself. And then at the top here, my cover photo, I've got something here that's, family related, because again, I am not just a businesswoman. I am not just a web center owner. I am not just, the director of internet sales and marketing. I am all of those things, plus I'm a dance teacher, plus I'm a mom, plus I'm a wife, and plus I'm a good friend. So I want my personal profile to reflect all of that. And if you see how I post, you'll notice that 20% of what I post about is about business, and 80% of what I post about is personal lifestyle related stuff. And I do that very, very intentionally, because listen, I'm proud of all of the things that I do. It has nothing to do with whether or not I don't feel comfortable posting about business, but I do that because I use my profile to attract people to what I do, number one. And if all I'm doing is posting about all the work that I'm doing and all the business that I'm doing and all the whatever, that doesn't communicate what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say you get to get your time back. And I do that by posting my lifestyle, which is 80% what I want to do and 20% business, right? So if all you do is post about a million meetings that you're going to and all of the crazy work that you're doing and all the products that you're selling, is that communicating the kind of lifestyle that you're selling? It's not. So just make sure that you are communicating what you mean to communicate. Um, and secondly, again, when I'm posting 80/20, I'm doing that because I use this as a one-to-one marketing thing. So I'm not posting products repeatedly or posting events repeatedly because that's not an expectation that I put in my business. I don't expect that I'm going to post an event and that people are just going to show up. I don't expect that I'm just going to post a product and people are going to buy it. I'm very specific with the products and my business related posts, and I also one-to-one message people these kinds of things because, again, social media is an enhancement of your one-to-one marketing technique. It is not a replacement for that. So let's go over some quick best practices. Social media no-nos. Do not spam or mass message people. I think, again, people, they mistakenly think that if you just mass message everybody on your friends list that you're running a website promotion of 10% off, and if you could give me a referral, blah, 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 blah. But what you end up doing is annoying the people more than anything, and it's not personal. It feels impersonal because it is impersonal, and that doesn't get received well by the people that you're messaging. So when you mass message people, it just doesn't communicate well at all. I want you to think about the last time you were mass messaged and how it made you feel. Did you feel like somebody really, thought about you, or do you think that they just kind of did what you were doing and just kind of clicked through all the people and tried to get more results? Another thing about mass messages is it gives people a place to hide. So if they don't want to respond to you, because they've been mass messaged, they don't have to, and there's no real social pressure to do that. But if you message that person one-on-one and they don't they're going to feel more pressure to respond because they know that you took the time to send them a message, not just that you mass messaged 100 people. So just logically, you're going to have more results if you take the time to just message people one-on-one. And again, you don't want to alienate your warm network by messaging people. It's very, very obnoxious. People don't like it. And then all you end up seeing in your mass message is, so-and-so left the conversation, so-and-so left the conversation, so-and-so muted the conversation, because no one wants to be, mass messaged and have to hear every single person's response. Do not post products or sell repeatedly. Um, we just kind of talked about that, but just remember, like, if all you do is post about web centers or the business or products or whatever, again, it first of all, that's not the purpose of your Facebook personal profile. We're not talking about business pages today, and in LinkedIn, there are exceptions to this rule a little bit because on LinkedIn, it's a business networking situation, and it's okay to talk about these things more often. But what I'm talking about is Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And the reason I'm talking about these things specifically today is because these are the most used platforms. And these are platforms that you use all day long when you're killing time. And I want to give you ways to kill time and make money. So that's why we're talking about these specific things. Do not post weird comments on other people's product or business posts. Here's the thing, guys. When people in your group or people outside of your group post about the business or post about web centers or a product or whatever, like it. Definitely like the post. But don't comment on there things that are radical or crazy, or do not put your website address on there. Or, I just had somebody, this was so weird. I just had somebody, I was posting to someone about a website problem that they were having, and I had somebody actually comment on my post saying, "Oh, if you need a new website, you should go through me, blah, 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 blah." And they tried to sell my prospect a website on my Facebook page. That happens. All that kind of stuff happens, and we don't want to do that. Now, we don't want to not like each other's stuff. We definitely want to like each other's stuff because showing that kind of support is A, just good, and B, the more support we can show each other, the more uh, uh, what is the word I'm looking for? Posture we can give each other, which just everybody wins. You know what I mean? So like each other's things and post positive comments, but just think about it. If you wouldn't want somebody to post that on one of your business posts, then make sure that you're not doing that on theirs. Don't make fun of having a job. There's nothing worse than that. People saying, "Oh, your job stinks" or whatever. I still teach dance. I'm real busy. I'm never gonna stop teaching dance until I can't anymore. Until I'm like an old lady. You know what I mean? Like I love it. And if someone had approached me with the business, and with the whole, well, you don't want, your career's horrible, it's not going to pay you enough or whatever, I wouldn't have listened because I love what I do. Now, does it pay me enough? No. And that's why I have multiple streams of income. But if you make fun of having a job, all you do is make people feel defensive and you make them feel like you're a jerk. So you don't want to do that. Now, at the same token, like having your time and buying your time back, and if you would want to do this job because whether or not it paid you or not, like those kinds of things are different. But don't make fun of people. And also, I recommend that we don't post about politics, religion, or government. Um, Everybody's entitled to their own opinion and everybody has their own opinion. But I just find that whenever you post about these things, you alienate at least half of the people on your friends list. And so it's just not worth it. You know what I mean? Unless you're in politics or you are a religious leader or you are in government. You know what I mean? I just think that it's not necessarily something that is going to positively affect your business. So I recommend to stay away from those things. Don't solicit. Don't be cultish. Don't ask for a couple of people. Don't be weird. It's really that simple. On Facebook, if you have to ask yourself, is this weird? Should I be posting it? Then the answer is yes. Don't post it. That's a really good way to kind of take the temperature. If you have to think about it a little bit longer than just, oh, post, it's probably weird. You probably shouldn't do it. But again, we're all experimenting here, and a lot of people are just starting their businesses, and you're trying to find that balance of how do I, open the door, or how do I now share this new part of me that I'm a business owner now, that I have a shop.com business powered by Market America, and how do I share that with my friends and family in a way that's natural? And the way to do that is to not just turn your profile into a shop.com powered by Market America page, but rather to sprinkle it in there and generate some interest. All right, let's talk about social media do-dos. These are best practices. Again, who are you? What are you good at? That's 80% of what you should be posting. Lifestyle. I said first date behavior, meaning, it just means be on your best behavior. We don't need to see any pictures after midnight. And that kind of a thing. Have a little bit of a filter. Be the best possible version of yourself. Don't advertise, engage. All right. So you're not in there to just, like I said, advertise product or advertise whatever. You want to engage people. And how do you engage people? You do that by sharing stories. So again, what do you think is going to be more effective? Telling people that you have a new website design business and you do online marketing for small to medium sized businesses and they should let you know if they're interested, or maybe sharing a really great design of a new roofing website and saying, oh, what do you guys think of this new website? Isn't it great? Our design center just did it for a new roofing company in town, right? And then you're asking people questions, you're engaging them in a conversation, you're sharing something that's visual. It's just so much more powerful to do that. Um, Whenever I'm selling product or trying to market something on my shop.com website or a website thing or the business itself, I think product placement, like in the movies, or like American Idol or just on TV. When you're watching a movie and all of a sudden Coca-Cola is showing up on the kitchen table, Coca-Cola paid for that product placement. They don't stop the movie and then do a Coca-Cola commercial, but it's there, and it's just that subliminal thing where someone's drinking Coke and they love it, and when the viewer is watching the movie, they go, oh, Coca-Cola, cool. So when you see me posting about motives, or you see me posting about anything, you see me wearing the stuff, or you see me sharing a story or saying, what do you think of my new spring nails or whatever. But it's like, I'm placing the product. I'm not just putting a picture of Motive's nail lacquer on my profile page and expecting someone to buy it, right? I'm sharing a story. I'm engaging. It's thinking product placement. I'm communicating with people, and that's really, really important. Social media is social, right? And if you are not being social on social media, then you're completely missing the mark. And so that has to be your number one goal, is how are you going to communicate and socialize with people on social media? So let's talk about applying this to your warm market. Are you listening? It could be costing you sales, and that's a problem. So again, many times with our personal pages and in our industry, people make the mistake of thinking that they are going to, instead of build customer share, instead of building a share of customer, that they're going to build customer share. Meaning, instead of just selling one-on-one, they're just going to post something and everyone's going to come flooding in, and you're going to have tons of new sales. But what you really need to be doing on social media is listening for opportunities to solve a problem. So, social media is word of mouth advertising. You need to understand that fundamental rule, right? So people share every single day. What are they sharing? They're sharing what they like. They share what they don't like. They share what they're doing. They share what they want to do. They're interacting 24/7, and this information is normal. This is not you trying to teach somebody how to use social media in a weird way. It's like, this is what people do. Even on Sunday, I was like scrolling through my news feed, and I'm looking at everybody's really pretty posts. It was a beautiful weekend, and it was a holiday weekend, so you saw all kinds of cute little family things going on, whatever. And then you also, I'm like scrolling down, and I see Android or iPhone. And as I'm going down, I'm seeing people going, oh gosh, I wish that I had thought to book. I saw someone that said, I wish I had thought to book flights earlier for the spring vacation. Flights are outrageous right now. And I'm seeing people talk about all this stuff that, like, these are plans, these are opportunities for me to interact. iPhone or Android, let's talk about it. Where are you getting it? You saw the people answer the question, which phone do they want? And you let that, you make a contribution, answer the question, and then you ask a follow-up question. Where are you going to buy your phone? I might be able to get you a better deal, right? When they're talking about booking flights, I'm saying, well, if you're looking to book flights for the summer, the same thing's just going to happen if you don't plan ahead. Where do you book your travel? Let them tell you, I book it on Hotwire, I book it on Travelocity. Oh, by the way, that's a partner store of mine. I can get you cash back, and they'll probably find you the best deal anyway. So let's talk about that, right? I'm going to show you some really cool things that we did for finding some possible website clients this way. But the point is this. You need to understand that people are posting all day and all night long this kind of information. They're sharing information with you that you don't even have to data mine. All you have to do is just be listening, identify that need, and interact. Who's doing it? Everybody's doing it. Friends, family, colleagues, places that you do business with, right? So I always if people in my town own businesses, if they have business pages like Casey Cupcakes or whatever, I find them on Facebook and I become a fan of their business on Facebook, so that I have an opportunity to interact with them as well. So, what I just shared with you earlier were more like product or shop.com preferred customers, or even just business opportunities to interact. But website possibilities pop up all the time as well. Even just now, in the past half an hour, I just had somebody ask me a question. He's got a landscaping business, and he sent me his website. He goes, hey, I know that you do this. Can you take a look and let me know what you think? I'm looking to redo my site. You know what I mean? This is a person that I had met like years and years and years ago, but because I don't, because I do sprinkle in everything that I do, he remembered to ask me first, right? Um, Again, and I'm a fan of him on Facebook, so I can interact with him and keep that relationship open, so that these things can grow, and rapport can be built, and these relationships can culminate into other business relationships, right? Also, people who you wanted to talk to, but you needed a softer approach, right? It's a great place to have conversations with people that you might not have seen or had an opportunity to connect with on the phone. What do you do with them? You ask questions the exact same way that you would in a typical face-to-face conversation. This is the most important thing for you to understand. When people are talking about issues that they're having, or whatever, it's really important that you don't skip the question asking part of the marketing, that you still ask a few questions. Just because, again, it's on social media and you can interact more, doesn't mean you need to rush the process. So as soon as you see somebody complaining about something, the solution is for you to ask a couple more questions, not for you to just say, well, you should buy this or you should try this instead, right? Qualify the need if you want a good lead. I say that all the time, right? If you don't qualify the lead, if you're not asking all the questions and if you're not making sure that there's a really solid need there, then all you're going to have are some really, really crummy leads that aren't going to culminate into anything, or that are going to require months and months of follow-up, and you're going to be discouraged. So that's my motto: qualify the need if you want a good lead, right? Use visuals and testimonials to sell the appointment. Remember, you're not selling features and benefits. These visuals that you're going to be sharing and the testimonials that you're sharing are just there to build value, and to generate interest so that they would want to get more information. But remember, you never want to give away too much information so that they feel like they have enough information to make an uneducated decision. So use visuals and testimonials appropriately. So what kind of visuals and information should you be sharing? Well, I find that designs are a great way to edify the team, both with website prospects and web center owner prospects. So if I'm prospecting on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or wherever for new web center owners, sharing designs with them so that they can see something. I mean, what we have is such a, it's a virtual product. So giving design samples is a great way to get them excited about what we sell. And the same thing is true for website prospects. And you can find this information by going to Facebook at Official MA Web Centers, on Twitter at Official MAWC411, and Instagram is at Official MAWC. YouTube is MA Web Centers Official. And just so you guys know, that YouTube address is all customer-centric videos. So if you're sharing videos from this particular YouTube channel, and your prospect goes back to it, they're only going to see videos that have to do with gaining a new customer or something like that. They're not going to see sales strategies or distributor support information. We do have a distributor support channel, which is available at mawc411.com. Also keep in mind that about, I don't know, 9 months ago, we made a fundamental change to the kinds of content that we were posting. So everything that's being posted on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and this particular YouTube channel are all customer-centric pieces of information. Meaning we don't post about these kinds of webinars. We don't post distributor support information here or web center owner support information here, because we want you guys to share the designs, share the content comfortably with your website prospects. So if you shared it with a potential, I don't know, your neighbor owns a daycare, and you share a design with them from our Facebook page, and they go to the Facebook page, they're only going to see other designs and other really cool customer aimed information, which is really important for you. Keep another really cool thing is coming soon. We are creating 2 brand new WordPress blogs. One is going to be just customer centric blog posts, and the other one is going to be distributor support blog posts. So again, keeping that kind of information separated so that you guys can have some great shareable content. So take a look. I want to show you just some recent stuff in the past week. We not only do we post designs and stuff, but we also, accompany them with some cool little posts that help you think about who you could be sharing these with. So this is a fun design for a kids boutique, websites, kids, and shopping. Now, do you know any kid boutiques or any kid stores or whatever? You could either share this on your page or share it with a particular prospect. This one, is your website in shape? #websites, fitness, health, and online marketing, right? This one, check out this design by our design center for an awesome solar company, right? Do you know any solar companies or other contractors that this design might be of interest for them to check out, right? You can see here that people are sharing them, and that's really good. 19 shares, 13 shares, 26 shares. That's exactly what you want to do. You can share these on your personal page, and just generate some interest. It's a great picture. Or you can share them one-on-one. You can private message this design to somebody on your names list. You can also share videos and articles, right? Content is king. Check out how easy it is to edit your website. This is the Chapter 5 Changing Text video that was uploaded to that customer-centric YouTube page. 11 people shared that, so if anybody that you know is complaining that they can't update their website, this is a great video to share, right? The future of retailing is online. Is your store positioned to leverage the internet? And then here's a link to an article on CNN about Staples closing 225 stores and shifting their focus to online sales. And it's just building value and how important it is if you're a retail store to have a solid e-commerce presence. So this is another great way to generate some interest and get people engaged that they might want to set an appointment with you, right? Love this. According to Bright Local, 79% of consumers trust online reviews as much as personal recommendations. Does your website solution allow consumers to leave reviews? It's just an open-ended question, right? So this is really, really cool. I mean, guys, if their website is not leaving this on there and 79% of consumers are viewing an online review as positively as they do a personal recommendation, then you bet any smart business owner is going to want a solution for that. Again, another great way to land an appointment. Now, what about expanding your network? Guys, I know we're going over a little bit, but I wanted to make sure you really, really got this information because applying social media the proper way is imperative to communicating what you want to communicate. All right, so what I want to talk about lastly is how to expand your network using social media. You can search on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for people that already have a need. It's like a virtual filter, right? Rather than just working your names list and trying to see if there's a need, you can literally just punch in a few words and find people that do have a need. And these are great prospects that you could be working. The key though here is that you're using this technique to meet new people, to identify people that have a need, and to help solve a problem by scheduling appointments. So it's really imperative that you don't just search these terms and then immediately try to sell a product or sell a website or sell the business, but rather that you're still engaging people and you're treating people like people. That is rule number one in a people business. And as a network marketing company, as an online company that specializes in one-to-one marketing and social shopping, we need to understand and respect that people are people and that we need to treat them as such. So, what are you searching and where are you searching? So, what are you searching? These are the terms that I recommend that you search for. Websites. Search for your competition. GoDaddy, Wix, WordPress. Everybody always comes at us and says, well, what about Wix or what about GoDaddy? They're so much cheaper. There's so much this. They're not cheaper, guys. When you actually break these companies down and you see how they nickel and dime their customers, they are literally charging 3 and 4 times as much as we do per year. Online Shopify, same thing. Their most popular monthly product is at least $90 a month, and they still don't offer everything that we offer. All right, online marketing is another great term to search. Small business, specific industry. So if you're looking for restaurants, you can look up restaurants. Organizations, social media, SEO. These are great terms and ideas to search for. And you can search for them on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So I put some tips on here. When you're searching for these terms on Facebook, you need to remember to include the hashtag when you're searching for that term in the search bar. The search bar is at the top left corner of Facebook. It's right at the top of your newsfeed when you log on to Facebook. So you could literally go to Facebook, and in the search bar, you could go hashtag GoDaddy, and I'm going to show you what happened when I did that. And then anybody that's been posting about GoDaddy, whether you know them or not, whether you're friends with them on Facebook or not, is going to populate in the results. That's a great way to meet people that are talking about GoDaddy, right? On Twitter, you want to click on the little magnifying glass to search, and you'll want to search for hashtag, not users. So when you click on the magnifying glass and you type in the word websites, it's going to ask you if you want to search for hashtags or users. You want to search for hashtags. And Instagram is the same thing. You're going to click on the little compass icon, and then you'll be able to search for hashtags there as well. So I'm going to show you Facebook because most people use Facebook. All right. So this is what it looks like, and I just did this morning, so you can have some recent results here. But at the very top here, I did hashtag GoDaddy. So you can see here all of the different options that came up, and I went with the first one, right? Because we want to look for everybody that's talking about GoDaddy. We don't want to necessarily go to GoDaddy's page, although you can do that too. If you go to GoDaddy's page, you're going to see half of the things that people are posting on their complaints, and you can respond to them. But I recommend just looking for hashtag GoDaddy. These were some of the results that I got. These are not people that I know. Since GoDaddy can't get their stuff together, I have no other choice but to move my email to Google Base and get rid of our dinosaur Outlook. Change isn't always easy, blah, 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 blah. Thanks and wish me luck. And, this is somebody that I don't know, but here's the thing. Obviously, this is a dissatisfied customer with GoDaddy. I love this one. I love GoDaddy's on hold music. This person commented not. Again, great opportunity to talk to this person and say, oh, I totally know what you mean. Our customer service is way more personal. What kind of a business do you own, or what kind of a website do you have? Ask some questions, right? This person, Charity, who can recommend a website building company other than GoDaddy? I'm so tired of going to work on our website and finding things gone. Whole photo album this time, and their formatting tool sucks. Okay, I probably shouldn't have said that on a webinar, but still, guys, this is the normal thing. So everybody thinks GoDaddy is so easy, it's a do-it-yourself option, and she's right. It's a very sticky editing tool. It's very difficult to use, right? So this is a great person that needs a new website solution right away. And rather than you having to work and work and work and try and find people, here's somebody right now that could use your help, that you could reach out to and ask some questions for. I love this. Isaiah says, turns out there's a bug in GoDaddy's auto renew feature. So this is my new homepage for the next few hours. Don't worry, the real deal is coming back. Thanks, Danica Patrick. I just loved this because, well, first of all, this is obviously a prospect that I could reach out to and just, again, ask some questions. What kind of website do you have? And all that other great stuff. And this person that needs help, obviously. But I love that he wrote, thanks, Danica Patrick. Again, when we hear about our competition selling websites for $5 a month, where did you hear about it? Well, this person heard about it from the same place you did, from Danica Patrick and from the Super Bowl and from, TV commercials, and all of those things cost significant amounts of money, and, they weren't done for free, and the funding did not come from $4 and $5 a month hosting packages. The funding came from the nickel and diming that they did to people like Isaiah, to get the money that they need to fund themselves. And by the way, the product isn't even that great. This is another one. Attention, my servers at GoDaddy.com are all down. That's great. They are working on them, but it could take up to 24 hours to switch servers. I will be more than happy to extend lost time to your accounts. Please let me know if you've been affected. So, by the way, guys, think about that. MA Web Centers has 99.99% uptime. We have not had downtime, uh, you know, like ever. Our servers go down for very short periods of time that are scheduled. We let our clients know about it, and we pick strategic times. But guys, can you imagine if you have a business where there's, your clients can't access their information for up to 24 hours, and now as a business owner, you have to turn around and rectify the problem that GoDaddy had caused for you, or that, that's crazy. So again, here's another really great prospect that you could be reaching out to. So I hope that I've given you some ideas for best practices and personal branding and working your warm market and expanding your existing market by meeting new people online. The key here, guys, is that we all can find 5 minutes a day to do this. Everybody finds 5 minutes a day to go on Facebook anyway. Why not do it in a way that's going to expand your business and help you to grow your business, rather than just wasting time or procrastinating or zoning out? So I hope that you'll do that, guys. Please remember to report your results this Friday and stay engaged. Next week, we're going to be talking about how you can leverage different tools, email marketing tool that we have. As a web center owners, we're really lucky. We have access to a lot of the online marketing tools that our clients have. So you guys can do email marketing as well. We're going to talk about how you can implement that into your business, how to use videos, images, flash drives, brochures, and all of that great stuff to generate interest in an effective way. Thanks for joining, you guys. Stay engaged, stay hot and ready, and we're going to make this happen, guys. Have a great week. Take care.